place. Thank you. And now, again, welcome to each one of you, to our staff, to our faculty, and to our students who have joined us in person and virtually. And again, I just want to acknowledge this wonderful jazz quartet. Let's give them a round of applause. And just so you know, it's Jack who's on bass. Jack, a wave. Wave, Jack. It's Mike on piano. Adrian on trumpet. And it was Tal who gave me that wonderful drum roll. I also would like to acknowledge all of our colleagues in Human Resources who organized all of our pre-events that were so wonderful and fun for this event. So thank you to all of you. Thank you very much. As many of you know, this is one of my favorite times of the year. I genuinely enjoy seeing all of our new and returning students coming back onto this campus. We are estimating that for our undergraduates, we will have an enrollment of about 10,600 this fall. And that is compared, you're gonna clap and you're like, yeah, that's great. I agree with you, it is absolutely fantastic. That is compared to our 10,490, so we are up in our undergraduate enrollment this fall. And in our graduate enrollment, we will again surpass the 3,000 graduate student number. And so we should also applaud for our graduate students. Yeah. This year we have the largest incoming first-year, first-time cohort in UMBC's history. Yes. Along with a wonderful transfer student cohort, and I'm just so pleased. Yes, we should clap for our wonderful. Just so you know, that was a little self-serving woohoo out there from Amory. I didn't even have to look to see who it was. If I say transfer students, there's the woohoo. It is pure joy, again, to see all of these students coming back onto our campus. And again, right here, I want to pause just to say, isn't the campus beautiful? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Our facilities folks do such an amazing job year-round, as all of you do, but I just wanted to acknowledge that the campus is truly stunning. So for all of you who are contributing to that, thank you so very much. I really appreciate it. I am constantly inspired by the creativity, resilience, and passion that you, our faculty and staff, bring to your work. Your efforts are at the heart of everything that we do, and I am deeply grateful for your unwavering commitment to our students, our university, and to our shared vision of inclusive excellence. This fall opening meeting is an essential moment at UMBC, a time when we come together to usher in a new academic year and to remember why we are here. I just pause right there. I'm off script again, I'm sorry. Why we are here. I just wanted you to think about why we are here. It is a powerful privilege that we have to be a part of the journey of our students becoming and forming and transforming. That's why we are here. That's what makes me excited. That's why you see me jump up and down. That's why in the midst of challenges and trials, it does not matter, because why we are here never changes. And it actually becomes more important the crazier the world becomes. And so we just pause at the beginning before it gets crazy, because it's going to get crazy in all sorts of beautiful ways. None of this is on the paper. They're nervous about what I'm going to say. But it's going to get, life is going to happen. We're on a college campus. If it doesn't get crazy, you're not at a university. And it's not fun. And so all of that complexity is beautiful, and I just want you to remember this moment that we decided why we were here. We remembered why we were here. And so it is a beautiful moment to have this fall opening meeting. And I just want to say, because I don't want to take it for granted, I don't want you to think I take it for granted, that I consider it a privilege, not just to be a part of a university, but to be a leader of this university. This is an incredibly special place. It's an honorable place. We do what we do with values of inclusive excellence, and we mean it. And we continue to work at it every single day. It's not a perfect place. Please find me one. There's not one in the world. But it is a place where I want to wake up every day and do this work. So I'm just as excited as I was on day one. It's about day 700 and something. This is the start of my junior year, but I just want to say to you, I am grateful. I am grateful. I am grateful to each one of you for making the place what it is, for your commitment to the collective why, and it's just a deep, deep privilege to continue to serve you. None of that was on the paper, but we're going to keep going. Thank you. Thank you. So with all of that in mind, I do recognize, this is on the paper, that our institution has undergone some significant changes recently, from transitions in senior leadership to the ongoing renovations across our campus. I tell people, when you complain about the noise of Sherman Hall, that's called progress. Just let it happen. We've also faced challenges that, quite frankly, have forced us to be better and to do better, to strengthen and enhance our policies, to shore up our staffing, and to expand our resources, particularly around Title IX, civil rights, and our broader work in diversity, equity, and inclusion. And again, not on the paper, but I'm just going to pause for a moment, because she is a force of nature that is working like a beast on our behalf 24/7. And I'm just going to acknowledge Vice President Tanika Barber. You will hear much more from her and her office about our efforts going forward, but we have made significant progress, and it's a beautiful thing. And I assure you that despite these changes and challenges, UMBC remains strong and is growing even stronger. So on that note, I am pleased to introduce the newest additions to our senior leadership team, starting with Manfred Van Doelman, our new provost and senior vice president for academic affairs. Here's what I know. We're in this is not on the page again. Here's what I know. We're in this special moment where you know me better than you know him. And I'm just going to enjoy every bit of this, because once you know him as well as you know me, you're going to like him better. I'm going to walk in the room and you're going to say, "Where's Manfred?" He is an award-winning scholar and strategic thinker who values the transformative power of higher education and of public higher education. He has already hit the ground running, and I'm excited for you to hear what he has in store for UMBC. Before we hear from Manfred, I want to acknowledge the search committee that led to Manfred's selection. If you served on the Provost Search Committee and you're in this room, would you please stand? I saw you over there. Yeah. Our fearless leader of the committee. I want you to harken back just for a second to a year ago when I stood here and told you that we were going to continue the search until I found the person who I thought was worthy of coming to UMBC. Do you remember that? We did it. We absolutely did it. And I want to thank our search committee for their patience and for their persistence and for their outstanding work. It is because of them that we now have the right leader in that role here at UMBC. So with that, I welcome Manfred Van Doelman as our new provost to UMBC.
Thank you. Thanks, Valerie, for the very nice and generous introduction. I know all of us are standing between you and lunch, so I'm not going to talk for a long time, but I'm so so grateful to be here. It's an enormous privilege. I hope, like you come, like me, you come to work every day just being proud of this institution and have a smile on your face to be able to work here. And to what Valerie said too, what we often take for granted is we're here to transform people's lives, and higher education is a key, if not the key, component in that, in my opinion. I'm a first-generation student, a first-generation immigrant. Higher education has transformed my life. And one of the reasons that I came to UMBC is because I really believe that together we can not only transform and elevate this university, but also be a national leader in inclusive excellence and how we look at higher education. I truly believe that. For those of you who've worked with me so far, I think you've seen some of that. I had a conversation yesterday with Valerie about an initiative where I said, I have an idea, and she said, well, no university has figured this out, how to do this. I'm like, well, that's why we're going to do it, and we're going to try it. So you'll see a lot of it. I know change is hard. I understand that that is hard, and as a psychologist, I will be mindful of where people are, and that everyone is on a different trajectory. So I'll keep that in mind as well. Thank you, and I look forward to working with you.
Manfred didn't mention it, but a part of his specialty is adolescent psychology, so it's a good thing. We're going to need every bit of that, every single bit of it. Next, I'd like to introduce Tracy Reeves, our new Vice President for Communications and Marketing. And I also want to say thank you before Tracy comes to the search committee that led us to her. If you were on that search committee, would you please stand? Lovely. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so excited about this particular hire as it is a new vice presidency, but it's really about what I heard from you in the listening sessions. You want to elevate UMBC, make us more visible nationally, internationally, tell our story in a more powerful way. And so it is a privilege to have found someone with the specialty in not just communications, but also in marketing. And I'm confident that that's going to lead us into our next level of visibility locally and nationally and globally. And so with that, I welcome Tracy Reeves.
Good morning. Thank you guys for being here. I want to say thank you to Valerie. I have dreamed of working with a leader like Valerie. I'm so glad that I'm here. And like Manfred said, I understand that we get hungry at this time of day, so I'm going to keep my remarks short as well. I see some people in the audience that I've already met, and many of you whom I have not met, but I look forward to doing that, hopefully sooner rather than later. I am just finishing up my 3rd month here. And so far, so good. I'm enjoying it. It's busy, it's hard work, but this is what I'm trained to do, and this is what I enjoy doing. I also wanted to sort of say, you know, during the search process, a question was asked, the perennial question, why UMBC? My answer is very, very easy. I worked at another institution up the road for a decade, and I lived in Columbia. That was Johns Hopkins. And I would drive by the highway, going up the highway to Baltimore, right by the UMBC exit. And for years I would say, why can't I work at UMBC? I would look at job postings. I was a director at the time, and nothing ever came open. And so my career took me to other places. Well, I'm here now. And I'm loving it. This institution is phenomenal. I've known that for many years. I've read about it, I've followed it, and now I get to promote it. And that is what I've wanted to do for a long time. So Thank you for accepting me. To my team out there, we're going to do it.
Thank you. And next, I'd like to introduce to you Tiffany Tucker, our newly minted Director of Athletics, Physical Education, and Recreation. To put it simply, Tiffany is a force, and I am elated that she has accepted this role. I hope that you were able to see her announcement and her press conference. It was extraordinary. If you haven't, you can go watch it. It is extraordinary. She is a former student athlete turned rock star administrator. Tiffany is highly experienced and accomplished athletics administrator. She is the right person to advance our competitive and recreational athletics program. And for those of you who served on the search committee, if you are in the room, would you please stand? We'd love to thank you for your work. Any of you here? I appreciate your service and the quick way in which you worked. Let me just say a word about athletic searches. They're different. That's all there is to say. They are different. They run much more quickly, and just the way they work is just so different from every other search that you will do at an institution. And so I'm really grateful for the search committee in being flexible, but also being available. I should note that we had student athletes also on the committee, and one of those student athletes was in Hawaii, so she was getting up at 3 a.m. to participate. Getting up at 3 a.m. to participate, because this is so important to our university. And so now, if you'll join me in welcoming our new Director of Athletics, Tiffany Tucker.
Today is a great day to be a retriever. Oh, President Ashby talked about jumping up and down. Let me tell you, I'm on day 4. And it's all gas, no brake. I am truly, 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 truly grateful to be able to stand before you this morning and walk in this leadership role, walk beside my colleagues. I am truly excited about the collaboration to come. Athletics is a world sometimes where we can be siloed. And it's like, they're over there, and the academics world is over there. But understand, I come from a place where I know how championships are won, and they're won together. And we can do that here at UMBC. Tracy talked about why UMBC. I say, why not? Where I come from before, I was at UNCW, and everyone talked about the beautiful beaches. They also didn't talk about the hurricanes. And everyone, when I decided to step into this leadership role, they said, but Tiffany, you're leaving 95, 100-degree weather, beautiful beaches, but understand there is something truly special about the city that we live in, the town, and most importantly, the people that are here doing the work. And I'm grateful for the opportunity to join your team. Now, I will challenge you before I leave this podium. There are a lot of contests that we will be holding, whether it's on our fields or at the Chesapeake Arena. I challenge you as my colleague, as my teammate, to support our student athletes. So we can get started tonight. We have a soccer game tonight. We're hosting Maryland here. Our men's soccer team is playing, but also we have volleyball on Saturday at 2 o'clock. And we have a host of more events to come. So I look forward to meeting you at those contests. Thank you so much. Thank you, President Shears Ashby, for this opportunity. And let's go, Dogs.
Did I mention that she was a force? You thought I was kidding when I said that. You thought I was kidding. What an honor to have these 3 new senior leaders on our campus. Let's give them another round of applause. And now I'd like to introduce our real why to you, 3 students who are new to UMBC, and invite each one of them to share why they chose our community. The first is Rakira Bassett, an incoming freshman who has an interest in music education. Rakira attended Patapsco High School in Dundalk, Baltimore County. She was a part of the Orchids program and met UMBC professors in the program. She plays the viola. We'd like to now welcome Rakira.
Hello, everyone. My name is Rakira Bassett, and I'm from Baltimore. I'm an incoming freshman at UMBC, and I became interested in music in kindergarten when I joined the BSO Orchids music program. I chose viola as my primary instrument around 2nd or 3rd grade. My little brother also joined the program, where he started on percussion, and he later decided to learn trumpet as well. I chose UMBC because I was familiar with Professor Kaufman because he worked with orchids before. I also loved how comforting the community was, and I really felt at home. I recently graduated from Patapsco High School and Center for the Arts, where I played viola in the orchestra magnet. I was also a preparatory student at Peabody for many years, where I received private lessons, played in orchestras, and chamber groups. That was all possible because of the Tuned In program and Pathways program giving me a scholarship to attend. My lesson teacher for the last 4 years has been Dr. Renee Faulkner. She will also be my lesson teacher at UMBC, which is very exciting because she's an amazing mentor. In the fall, I will be double majoring in music education and viola performance. Oh, thank you. I decided to double major because I really enjoy teaching and helping others. But I also want to perfect my performing skills. I've always looked up to all my music teachers. Seeing them enjoy their work so much really inspired me. My middle school orchestra teacher, Miss Zimmerman, and my high school orchestra teacher, Miss Hirschman, were both very encouraging. They pushed me every day because they saw something in me that others didn't. I made it my goal to be just like them when I began teaching. In this upcoming academic year, I'm looking forward to meeting new people, learning new music, and getting to learn new instruments, specifically in the brass and wind families because I'm not familiar with those instruments. Thank you for this speaking opportunity and getting to know UMBC and getting to know the UMBC community before other freshmen. Thank you.
Thank you, Rakira. We are honored that you are here. We are honored that you are here. And now I would like to introduce to you Mahmoud Saror. He is a transfer student from the Community College of Baltimore County. For those of you who are unfamiliar, we call it CCBC around here, in computer science. Mahmoud learned about UMBC through friends that attended the institution but became excited after working extensively with UMBC pre-transfer, okay, go ahead. There you go. Pre-transfer advisors while at CCBC. He has loved computers since he was a child and is already working in IT. Welcome, Mahmoud.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Mahmoud Saror, but most people know me as Mido, and I'm honored to stand before you today as a transfer student at UMBC. Born in the United States to Jordanian parents, I spent most of my life in Nigeria, where I attended high school. Growing up in a challenging environment taught me resilience and fueled my passion for technology. I was fascinated by how electronic devices worked, leading me to choose computer science as my major. As I reflect on my journey, I realize that my experiences have shaped me into a determined individual. Living in a country where safety wasn't always a guarantee, I learned to adapt and find opportunities in every obstacle. My love for technology became a driving force, pushing me to explore and innovate. Now, as I begin this new journey at UMBC, I'm excited about the fresh start, new faces, professors, routines, and experiences. I'm eager to immerse myself in campus life, join organizations and clubs, and explore opportunities that will help me grow both academically and personally. So, why UMBC? The answer lies in the warmth and welcoming spirit I felt from every student, professor, faculty member, advisor, and tour guide that I met. At UMBC, the UMBC representatives who visited my community college radiated passion, drive, and commitment to student success. I sensed a unique family atmosphere full of love and support, which drew me in. UMBC's inclusive environment and dedication to excellence resonated deeply with me. I'm impressed by the university's emphasis on innovation, diversity, and community engagement. I'm proud to be part of this community, and I look forward to contributing to and growing with it. As I start this new journey, I'm reminded that education is a powerful tool for growth and transformation. I'm excited to learn from and be inspired by my fellow Retrievers, and I'm committed to making the most of my time here. Thank you.
Pipe down, Anupam, pipe down. I saw you, I saw you. That's your dean out there who's really happy to see you. Yes, so welcome. We're delighted to have you here. And next, I am excited to introduce Erica Dunsmore, an incoming PhD student in applied mathematics and a GRISE fellow. Yeah, I know, yes. Erica is new to Maryland, having grown up in California. She attended community college before completing her undergrad at Cal State Dominguez Hill. She loves the practical applications of math and is particularly interested in intersections between math and biology. Join me in welcoming Erica.
Thank you. I am a first-generation Mexican-American woman from Santa Ana, California. I grew up in a lower middle-class household with my mom, my older brother, and my younger sister. My mom had emigrated to the U.S. from Mexico when she was 17, got her GED, and started working. She always told us the importance of going to college, but lacked experience and knowledge of how to guide us through that venture successfully. As a child, my mom would buy me math workbooks and math computer games to do during summer and winter breaks because she saw how much I loved math. I was always interested in different professions, but it wasn't until the first year or two of college when I was tutoring my aunt in math and she suggested I become a math teacher. It then dawned on me that I have always enjoyed math and I genuinely enjoyed tutoring it. So I had decided to major in math and become a teacher, although it was easier said than done. It took me 10 years and 3 community colleges to get my AA degree. There was a lack of guidance, a lack of discipline, but I knew what I wanted. I just needed to keep working to achieve it, because what I didn't lack was perseverance. In fall of 2022, I attended my first semester at Cal State Dominguez Hills, CSUDH, and was lucky enough to have Dr. Sanchez Tapia as one of my math professors. She got me involved in her youth mentorship program and pushed me to apply for a summer REU called Math Bio U. My REU project was tracking COVID-19 throughout CSUDH using ordinary differential equations, and it was my first experience how to conduct math research. Furthermore, it was that experience that made me decide to pursue a PhD in applied mathematics. I had always thought a math career meant being a math teacher. I really didn't know what other careers mathematicians could look like. I still kind of don't. But the REU opened my mind and piqued my interest in math biology. I've always been interested in topics like cancer, viruses, and diseases. So to think that I could apply my math knowledge and relate it to those topics really got me excited to further my education and get a PhD. I just needed a school to accept me. As much as I love and appreciate Dr. Sanchez Tapia, I have to also thank and credit Dr. Yarnall for being here today. Dr. Yarnall was my other mentor at CSUDH. She is the yin to Dr. Sanchez yang. While Dr. Sanchez Tapia pushed me past my limitations, Dr. Yarnall kept me sane by supporting me through it all. I told her of my insecurities and being afraid of not being accepted to a PhD program due to my less than ideal GPA. I explained to her that I just needed a school to look past my community college years because I was a different person then, and to focus on the work I was doing at CSUDH. I had worked throughout my entire education, sometimes 2 full-time jobs while attending community colleges. So my grades didn't really reflect my potential. So I told Dr. Yarnall I do not care if I'm local or if I have to go out of state. I just need a school to see me for my work ethic, my ability to adapt, and my perseverance through challenges. She told me about UMBC and got me connected to Dr. Webster. Dr. Webster spoke of the guidance and community students receive here, and after reading some of the research being done surrounding topics like math biology, I decided to apply, and luckily I was accepted. So I am looking forward in starting this new venture and finally being able to focus solely on school. Furthermore, I am excited to build a new community and family here at UMBC that will support me and help me grow as a scholar and as a person. Above all else, I am really excited in expanding my skill set in math research and studying topics that I am interested in. Thank you.
If you all are not ready to go to work, I don't know what the problem is. Extraordinary. I want to acknowledge all 3 of our students. I want to ask everybody who is able to do so, let's stand and give these students a welcome to UMBC. You all are just simply extraordinary. We're all trying to figure out how to be better people after listening to you. We're not working hard enough. We're not thoughtful enough. I mean, there's just so much in everything that you shared, and we are honored, deeply honored, to have each one of you here. So thank you so much. Now, it is my pleasure to welcome our provost back so that we can use just the remainder of the time, and we're going to try to get you to your lunch. But we are going to use the remainder of the time to tell you a few of the highlights and initiatives that we've planned for the coming months as we continue to advance our academic excellence, enhance student success, strengthen our impact through research, scholarship, and community engagement. And so let me just start off with the thing that everybody wants to know. Well, maybe everybody wants to know. What about the money? Everybody wants to know that. Yeah. Okay, so the financial health of UMBC. So first, I want to address that, that you may have currently seen in the news the challenges in budget that the state is experiencing. Anybody seen it? Okay, all right, I figured as much. So I want to just take this moment to assure you that our financial position remains strong at UMBC. Yes. So I need to say that because notice I said at UMBC. I can't vouch for all those other folks, other institutions. We remain strong. We planned and prepared to absorb any state budget reduction requests that will come our way this year. So when they come, don't get nervous, we're prepared. I am grateful that the cuts will not affect the quality of education we provide for our students, the research that we do to advance knowledge, or our commitment to community engagement. We would not be in this strong position without our good stewardship, and when I say our, I mean your good stewardship of our funding. And I just want to say thank you, in particular, is Christy in here? Where's Christy? Oh, as she should be. She has been working like a beast. Okay, so when you see Christy Michael, okay, say thank you. She's really helped me to understand how to position us and get us in this position where really, truly, we will be able to deliver on our mission and not be impacted by the state budget cuts this coming year. Did you hear me say this coming year? Yeah, I can't promise you about the next years, but this year, we're good. And so I just wanted to make sure you hear that, that the budget, state budget won't affect our operations, but I also want to say it will not affect our strategic planning process. So we're going to go forward with that, and we will also have funding to support some new initiatives that come out of that strategic planning process. So we're in great shape. Provost Van Dulen, I turn it to you.
All right. So thanks, Valerie. So equally important as to the health of our institution is the accreditation process and the Middle States accreditation process in particular.
Oh, wait, did I need to say something else?
You
can go ahead, you got it.
So, this is how
Okay, so welcome to our world, okay? So let me, okay, this is not on script, okay? Come here. You see this? Okay, now go back to your podium. Okay. Now, you're gonna see that a lot, okay? You're gonna see that a lot. I'm saying, Manfred, do you guys gonna say, that's, we are a team already.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And it's a beautiful thing. Okay, so Manfred, you can just take accreditation. Go ahead.
Thank you. And I'll just say that, as many of you have heard me say, that leadership is a relationship. You see that here. There is no leadership without relationships. So Middle States, maybe accreditation as a faculty member, I really didn't appreciate it or understood it as much, but over the years, certainly have learned that this is critically important to any institution, but also an opportunity to self-reflect. We had a great visit in the spring with the Board of Regents on campus. We passed the self-study with flying colors.
Did you hear that? We passed. Yeah. Yes. Keep going.
And so we're in really, really good shape. I want to mention, though, we are in good shape because of the work that many of you have done. Mm-hmm. And if you are involved in the accreditation process right now, I please ask that you stand so we can acknowledge you. Thank you. This is a really heavy lift. The accreditation process is led by the Provost's office, but I also want to especially acknowledge Connie Pearson and Ann Brodsky, who are the co-chairs of the process. So I did see Connie earlier. I don't know if Ann is here. Mm-hmm. And please, if you can stand so people can give you another round of applause.
Yeah.
I know one of the reasons I know they're working very hard because they regularly ask Teresa to meet with me for updates. So they're making great progress, which is awesome. Thank you.
And on that topic, the only other thing that I would add is that we had our Board of Regents chair, as well as another member of the Board of Regents here for our self-study, and they were really impressed. And so you all are doing a tremendous job, so thank you so very much for all of that. Next topic. I told you at this meeting last year that we were going to move forward in our strategic planning this fall once we had our provost in place. Guess what? We are here. And so Manfred is going to share some more about this vital piece of UMBC's future. But before he does that, I want to assure you, how many of you participated in a listening session in the spring a year ago? A lot. Look at that, Manfred. You see it? It's a beautiful thing, isn't it? And so I want to assure you that all of that information I am transferring to him, so we are not starting at zero. I heard you, and he will have also had a chance to really understand all of your perspectives and your bold aspirations for the university. And so now I'll ask Manfred to say more about the strategic plan.
Sure. Thank you. Strategic planning is an opportunity for a university to carve out its future together and explore what is possible. And I really want to focus on the word together. Mm-hmm. We are going to do this together through shared governance, through having conversations, to learning, to listening, and looking at what is possible. This is work that we will do together. We're going to honor the past and embrace the future. You have to understand that I love this work, for better or worse, but it is an opportunity to identify how, as a community, we can be the best that we can be. And the sky is the limit. I'm so thrilled that our Vice President for Student Affairs, Renique Kirsch, will be leading this work with me. Give a round of applause. Renique and I have had a number of meetings to carve out our strategy and plan. And we plan to put in our steering committee in place in the next few weeks. There'll be an institution-wide announcement. And also, you will have ample opportunity to be engaged in the process this coming fall semester. We've gathered a lot of data already. There's a lot of information. The work in middle states is relevant for the strategic planning process. So we want to lean into what we know, but also have conversations to gather more that we can learn. Again, for this to succeed, we will work together. There are 4 key things I want to convey to you today. One is that the strategic plan will be driven by the institutional vision and values, embracing inclusive excellence, advancing knowledge, economic prosperity, and social justice, and providing opportunities for learners from all backgrounds. The approach to the plan will be dynamic, and we regularly will evaluate progress on whether we need to change course. And by regularly, I mean several times a year. The days that strategic plans were static, that they were 5 years and then you look back, they're gone. As you all know, higher education of the world is rapidly changing, so we also have to be ready to change our plans as new opportunities arise or things change rapidly. One example that you can think about is 3 years ago, very few universities were actively talking about AI and how that would inform their practices, and now everyone is. So what if we had a 5-year strategic plan and that was not a part of it? We will lean into the USM 2030 vision plan as a starting point for the UMBC framework, but also recognize there are additional areas we may have to focus on. And if you have a chance, please take a look at that vision plan for USM. It's broad in general, and really will give us a good place to start. University engagement is going to be central to all we do in the strategic plan. I envision that at the university level, we set our goals based on the USM 2030 vision plan and conversations on campus, and the data that we are gathering. But how we accomplish our goals, the strategies and tactics, I envision being proposed at all levels throughout the organization. As President Shears-Asby also mentioned, there will be funding available for initiatives that we're going to prioritize. We'll plan to have an open call for proposals to support the strategic planning work. This will be a community-wide effort, and through shared governance, select the most promising strategies and tactics for investment and priority. We also heard you say that we want UMBC to be committed to Baltimore and a partner with the city and our surrounding community. We heard you, and we are going to do that. We're also moving forward even as we're creating our strategic plan. I want to give you some examples of that. From all I've seen so far at UMBC, I know the future is bright, and there's so much to build from, but also opportunities to embrace great possibility. And recently, we had one of those. As some of you may know, in the past year, several members of the UMBC community worked on a proposal for a new Institute of Politics. These institutes exist at universities across the country and focus on producing public-facing work that engages students in practical politics and elevates the profile of the institution beyond traditional academic spaces. Now, here's some very exciting news. And here's also a surprise for you. This person may be in the room, so when I say your name, I tried to catch you before the event. You may be here and surprised, but I'll ask you to stand. Malia Cromer. Malia, are you here?
Malia, I'm just going to, I know somebody didn't turn my mic off. I love you. I'm just teasing you. Malia, I'm just jumping in, and you see how nice they were to you? They don't even know why they're clapping yet. That's who we are. You step on this campus, we love you. Okay, now you can tell them why they should really be clapping.
I think this may be a new way where we, acknowledge new hires, where we just, call you out and
just
tell a story about you.
Yeah, exactly.
Malia, thank you for being here. I'm so excited. Malia was the director of the Youth Center of Politics at Goucher College, most well known for the Goucher Poll. And she will be joining UMBC this fall semester as the inaugural director of the Institute of Politics and faculty member in the Department of Political Science. Please give another round for Malia. Now, bringing Malia's local, national, and international prominence to UMBC, establishing the Institute of Politics and the College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Science is an unprecedented opportunity for UMBC to further elevate the work around democracy and civic engagement and provide meaningful opportunities for students to also engage in this work. And what better semester, with all the elections coming around, to start doing this work here at UMBC right now, at this place. The Institute of Politics is also an example of how we further will lean into inter- and cross-disciplinary collaborations, addressing societal challenges through education, research, and community engagement. And no doubt, many areas across this university will be centrally involved in this institute and the work. Again, thank you.
And there are more, before I go on, again, I'm off script. Is David Hoffman in the room? Okay, if not, I just want to call out as we launch this Institute for Politics, the beautiful work that we do around democracy writ large on this campus already through our Center for Democracy and Civic Life. You said you wanted people to see us. This is how you do it. You said you wanted us to be in the center of the most important issues of the day. This is how you do it. And so I'm excited for that. Speaking of which, more to come here. So we heard from our faculty and staff that Baltimore, as Manfred mentioned, should be an important part of our strategic planning. And I could not agree with you more. I know that we have done, for over years, a lot of work in the city, but we really wanted to lean into this as we go into our next iteration of UMBC. And so we're already working on those relationships, working with our alums in the city, and thinking about what the future is for our collaboration in the city of Baltimore. But we are not waiting until we finish our strategic planning on this. One exciting step we have already taken. So you may have seen in national news a program called College Track. If you haven't, I'll tell you just a little bit about it. College Track's mission is to democratize potential. What? Did you all hear that? Golly, maybe that might be our new tagline. We're going to democratize potential. I don't know if we can take it from them. By equipping students confronting systemic barriers to earn a bachelor's degree in pursuit of a life of opportunity, choice, purpose, and power. College Track has a 10-year commitment to students from underserved communities who seek to become the first in their families to earn a bachelor's degree. 90% of the students they work with are first-generation college students, 80% from underserved communities. College Track students earn their bachelor's degrees in more than 2.5 times the rate of their first-generation peers. College Track currently operates 12 centers nationwide with more than 4,000 high school students and college students from underserved communities in California, Colorado, Louisiana, and in the DC metro area. And they are moving toward their goal of becoming the first. They're supporting students who are moving toward their goal of becoming the first in their family to earn a bachelor's degree. College Track's first center on the East Coast was established in Prince George's County, Maryland. They currently also operate a center in Southeast Washington, D.C. They recently announced a new program in Baltimore City, in which, yes, we should be excited about that. in which they will be partnering with M&T Bank and the Baltimore Ravens. You may have seen it on the news. It's exciting. And their goal is to enroll more Baltimoreans in college. That turns out to also be our goal. Yes. So I am thrilled in my very competitive spirit to announce to you that UMBC is the first university to join this partnership with College Track, M&T Bank, and the Ravens. This is a financial commitment. These are not just words. This is a financial commitment that UMBC is making to College Track and more particularly to Baltimore City students, so that when the students persist through and successfully complete the College Track program, they can come to UMBC with our financial commitment. And so, that's one of the many efforts that we will discuss together, new efforts for moving forward our commitment to the city of Baltimore, but I am just thrilled to be a part of that collaboration for our institution and also for the students in Baltimore who will become retrievers. And there's more, only two more pieces of exciting news. This one is so thrilling to me because, again, they were called listening sessions because we were actually listening. I heard you say, everybody knows us as a STEM institution. That's not a bad thing to be great in STEM, but we are great in many things. And you said we want to raise the visibility of other areas. And this particular effort is about raising the visibility of the arts. Yes, for those of you who are my arts folks. Yes. Last semester, I attended the Linehan's Art Scholars End of the Year program, and Earl and Dario Linehan were there and just thrilled to celebrate our wonderful scholars and students. And I learned sitting there that this was the 30th year of their financial commitment to the Linehan Scholars, and I thought, oh, here's an opportunity. And so in this 30th year, we are going to lift up and celebrate the arts, begin to plan to lift up to celebrate the arts at UMBC. And so we envision a year where we will highlight a year or two. We're gonna ride this as long as we can, where we highlight music, art, dance, theater, artistic programming for and with local communities, our local community guest artists, and more. And I've asked our provost to lead this effort. Manfred, if you'll say it a little more.
Sure, thank you. So we're so excited to work together with members from across the university and the community on this effort. We established a steering committee with 17 members from across different divisions in all areas from the university. And this includes faculty who are experts in their discipline, including Linda Dussman, Ann Clemenson, and Rebecca Uchil. We had our first meeting on Tuesday, and there was a lot of great energy in the room. We're starting to develop our strategy. One of the things that's clear is that this initiative will encompass every aspect of our community on campus and in our surrounding areas. We envision amplifying the wonderful events already planned for this year, because we have to acknowledge that there's awesome work being done here. We have so much talent among our faculty, staff, and students. We're also creating opportunities for the local community to come to campus and for the campus community to bring our arts programs and activities to local schools and organizations. The planning has just started, but we look forward to engaging with you to make arts the highlight of this coming academic year.
I'd like to just stop and applaud this effort. Okay, it's 2 minutes to 1. Quick quiz. I'm gonna give you the answers. We're good financially. For how long? This year. There we go. Okay, you all are quick. Our accreditation went incredibly well, And you saw how many people stood for that? It is a campus-wide effort, and I'm grateful for all of your leadership. That was 2. Third is we're moving forward with our strategic plan. Jump in, because we're about to do this. And it's going to be an exciting collective effort, led with shared governance and with each one of your voices participating. Everybody clear? That was 1, 2, 3. What was 4? Oh, the Institute of Politics. I hear it. It's in there. What an awesome time for us to establish an Institute of Politics. I mean, if you missed this moment, what were you doing? You were asleep, right? But we just hired a rock star with a national reputation. We just hired a rock star. And it's going to be so exciting for our students and for our community. That was 4. 5, Baltimore College Track. I think that was next, okay? Baltimore, we're leaning in, y'all. I appreciate all the work we have done for years in Baltimore. We're up in our game. There is so much more for us to do, and we're just starting with this college track announcement, which is going to be phenomenal for the institution and for Baltimore students. And did you hear we say we're going to put some money with it? We're going to financially support students coming from the city of Baltimore to be on our campus, right? Okay. Y'all feeling pretty good about UMBC so far? I do. What's the next one? We're going to celebrate the heck out of the arts. I get to go to theater, dance, music, everything, jazz, everything. We have such great riches here in the arts, and we are going to use it, and we're going to elevate the university, but also just that beautiful work that we have here and the talent that we have here in the arts. And you all are going to tell us how you want to do it. That was 5 or 6. I lost track. Okay. And now we arrive, was that it? Okay, you're with me. Lastly, we might as well just go ahead and go to the moon. And that's actually what we're going to do. So lastly, do I get to show this? Hey, you see this? Okay, ride with me for a second. Want to tell you about this NASA project, which you may have read about it, but in case you missed it in the spring, I wanted to highlight this again. This is a NASA project in which UMBC, and I say project like it's a small thing, we're going to the moon, okay? NASA is going to go to the moon again with humans for the first time since the late 1960s. So this is more than 50 years ago. Those of you, I was 3, 4, 5, or 6, somewhere in there. Probably wasn't born yet. I'm just saying. But that was the last time that humans actually went to the moon. So we, meaning NASA, is going again. I want you to hear this. NASA has chosen the first scientific experiments and instruments that are going to be designed for the astronauts who go to the moon this time to deploy on the moon's surface. They chose the first 3 scientific instruments to be designed for deployment of these astronauts who are going to the moon for the first time since the last time. UMBC was selected to develop one of those 3 instruments. Thank you. This is what I am saying. Right? And that is the appropriate response. 1 of 3. Hear me when I say this is the Artemis 3 mission that is currently planned for launch in 2026. UMBC was the only U.S. institution of higher education selected. The other two, one was a company called Space Lab Technology in Colorado, and the other one was the University of Tokyo. Right. Did you hear me? Did anybody hear Harvard or Yale or? I'm just saying. Did anybody? I don't think anybody heard it. Okay. So I just want to acknowledge our scholar who is leading this area, Mehdi Benna. Is Mehdi? I don't know if Mehdi's in the room. Okay. When you see Mehdi Benna, Mehdi is a planetary scientist with the Center for Space Sciences Technology, and the instrument that was designed is called LEMS, L-E-M-S. It is called the Lunar Environment Monitoring Station, and the instrument will be a part of this mission, as I've said, and it's designed to continuously monitor seismic activity, specifically ground motion from moonquakes. I know, in the lunar south polar region for long periods of time. So note that when the next moon launch goes, UMBC is the only U.S. institution that will have this, that was a part of these first 3 scientific experiments. That's incredible. Yes. Okay, so I don't know about you, but if you're not excited, inspired, energized, I don't know what to say. We did the best we could to tell you the story. I did the best I could. I can hardly take it. It is so exciting. So I'm excited to move forward. And I just want to also just acknowledge one quick thing. In the listening, I heard you last semester. We had one meeting last semester that was organized by some of our shared governance groups where faculty and staff were invited during a free hour to just come and talk to me. You guys remember that? Some of you attended. Okay. I heard you that you want to talk to me more. Okay, I'm so excited about that. It's face to face. So you will see opportunities for faculty and staff separately and together to come and talk to me. And you'll see those opportunities, and we'll talk about, many of the big opportunities that we have going forward, and just share information so that you feel like you're a little closer to me and I'm a little closer to you. And so I'm excited. You like that? Wow. I'm excited about that. So I appreciate the feedback and also the opportunity to do more of that. Okay, now we've got to thank the folks who did this work for us today. I want to acknowledge the UMBC events team, led by Bagda and Marie and Becky. Thank you. Want to acknowledge our events and conference services. Thanks to Zach, Simon, Valentine, and the entire team. And I also want to thank Chartwell's Catering for providing us with our meal for today and everything that they do on our campus. Okay, I know we went over time, but I can't tell you how grateful I am for your attention and how excited we are to start this year. So thank you again for coming out today. I'm saying Happy New Year. And enjoy your meal. Thank you so very much.